Unlucky for some, but with a team as bad as mine, I don't think my luck can get any worse. This is episode 13 of the Zero to Apparent Hero run with Chester or Chesterfield. It is, as you can tell from my rather exhausted voice, not going well. We managed to scrape 2 wins in the last one, but they were friendlies, and then the very first match of the league went about as well as you could expect, with the typical doing okay for the first 3 quarters and then the last quarter just getting absolutely decimated and losing with a point difference of around 13. As I said at the end of the last episode, it's getting a little bit tiresome because it seems like no matter what players I've got, no matter how good they are, no matter what tactics I come up with that work for them, no matter how often I change them out to make sure that there's no defensive advantage or disadvantage there, it seems to be the same story. Drawing or winning with 1 or 2 points clearance all the way through, and then in the 4th quarter just getting decimated and them just pulling something out of their backside and winning. And unfortunately, it's making me not really want to play, because it's the same story. And if you look through the live streams, you'll see that I chose a completely different team with much better players and had exactly the same thing happen. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's because I'm in the UK league and the players are generally a little bit worse, or whether it's just how the game is and there's no like difficulty settings that you can go through and make it like a little bit easy that I can remember. But we'll see. We'll see how today goes. If it's more of the same story, I'll probably shelf this. And this could be the last episode I do, because it's not becoming enjoyable anymore. It's gone from being a bit of a challenge to just rinse and repeat with the same sort of style. And that's not good for the game or its longevity. I've been wrong before, and we are about to start and jump in. We're at the very beginning of the league. Anything can happen. Hopefully I'm wrong. If not, we will be going into something different in the new year. So, as you can see, we are 1 match into the league after a really fairly not bad but not amazing run of friendly games. We are still looking at a slight loss by the end of the season in terms of money. Directors still hate us, and that doesn't look like it's going to get any better. The fans are at about 45%, so they can go either way. We're on a 1-loss streak, and we have the objective that is obscene to try and win the competition. One thing I would say is that you can negotiate a higher term, but there's no way of like negotiating a lower term. So you can't really try and say, well, can we aim for something more realistic? It's very limited, and it would be nice to see some more features added in, like I've said, from press conferences to the actual fear of being sacked, which I think has taken a lot of my sort of challenging nature away. The fact that we're at 0% with the directors and yet I've still got a job just seems to take away the fear of failure. It's just a case of carry on and get worse by the seam of things. But we'll jump in and we'll see what's happening. We're going to be going against Leicester, who are top of the league, in 6 days time. Again, because I did log out, I'm assuming that I'm going to have to look at the offensive tactics here, and yes, once again, they still haven't fixed this as of recording the video, and I have to go through and do this every time, and it is exhausting. We're going to have Villa, we're going to have him shoot at will, avoid, shoot at will, shoot at will. Outfield, we're going to avoid, shoot at will, shoot at will. Upwell will do the same. Any that I have playing in like center position tends to be going for the drills and the inside shooting. That tends to be the best way of doing it. We're going to sort them by position because it'll make it easier. Greg will have shoot at will and avoid and shoot at will. He doesn't tend to do well from inside shooting, but he does do well at the drives. We're going to have you shoot at will, avoid your 3-pointers because you haven't scored 1 yet. Stevens, obviously shooting at will for everything because Stevens is a god. And the fact he's only 3 stars is stunning to me. Interestingly enough, it doesn't have their ages here. It only has their ages in the transfer window, which is a bit weird. I haven't really played with you, so we're going to keep you there. I haven't really done anything with you, but we'll avoid Shooter Will and Shooter Will. Alf is pretty good at his 2-pointers. Yeah, none of them but Steven seems to be able to shoot their 3-pointers, which is a real problem. A real problem. We'll leave you there and we'll go for the drives. Atterfield's coming on nicely, actually. And then Terry Hopwell and Kark. So, we've got that sorted at least. We've got the tactics done. And we're against the team who's currently leading the league. I do not have a massive amount of confidence in this at all, in fact, which is probably not going to help things. But we'll see how we get on. Hopefully. I really hope I can turn it around, but I don't. The problem is I don't know what I can do to turn it around. Like, this is weird as well, where it keeps putting Witter in substitute when I don't want him in substitute because it gives us too many players. But I'm happy with the starting lineup. Like, the starting lineup seems to do okay, and then everybody else just goes to toffee land. But we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe I could start taking timeouts, but I can substitute as we go through, so I don't really see the point in them. We're at home again, which is good. Because if we can start getting some wins, we'll get some people in, we can start making some money. If we start making some money, I can actually start making some serious moves for some of the better players that want obscene amounts. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Unfortunately, I'm unable to do that. Another thing that would be nice would be maybe to have, like, the opposition here. Like they've got with the left-hand side for my team. Maybe seeing just a list of players. It doesn't need, like, full rundowns like we've got with the substitution and everything. But just a rundown of the other players so I can see who's being switched out. And so I can rate to see who's the problem, right? So when it comes up and it tells me that there is a defensive mismatch with, say, Brandon, it can tell me who that defensive mismatch is against, so that when they change out, I can change them back for the favourable. Instead of leaving somebody in, like, say, Alf, who doesn't have that much, like, stamina. If he's in for longer, then that's going to be a problem. So maybe seeing who the opposition are switching out would be nice. But so far we're doing all right. We're 6 for 6. This is not going to be a high-scoring round, I don't think. Brandon again can't score for Toffee, apparently. But again, it doesn't matter. The first quarter is really inconsequential unless we are 20 or 30 points down by the end of it. It doesn't matter how close we are as we go through. It doesn't seem to make any blind bit of difference. And that's the problem. Okay, we're doing all right. I don't know why they're calling for a timeout. Put Villa in. Maybe switch him over for the 3 minutes and then move him back. Villa and Stevens do work really, really well together. But Brandon's a really, really good player who I, you know, kind of went for, so. But there you go. Villa's getting the assist. We're getting 2 pointers in. Williams seems to be really... Like, we've got a much better team this round. And I think that's why it's annoying me that we're still losing by such a large margin by the end of it. And then we keep knocking them over. You know what I mean? Like, that's... I think that's what annoys me. Is that I've made all these improvements and yet it hasn't changed anything. Oh, come on, Villa. But again, we're 1 point behind. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to change Stevens out for Brandon and see how them pair work together. We take Atterfield off for Hopwell. And we'll leave the other two in for now. Keep an eye on their energy ratings and see what happens. Apparently what happens is Leicester just run rampant. Cool. Come on, guys. 1 point in it. Never mind. Well, that didn't go well. I mean, that's not going well at all. What the hell is going on? How do they keep getting the ball off us so easily? Just running rampant. Like, what is happening there? Wow, okay, cool. Right, Hopwell, no. Let's put Kark in. Because I think Hopwell might be the issue there, and let's get Stevens back in as well. That's not ideal. I don't like that. Kark's just decided to push the guy over. Okay, come on, we can get this back. I'll change Ralph. But this is it, right? I'm trying new things and it's going even worse than it was before. Do you know what I mean? And now I'm not going to be able to get it back. I don't think. Good man, Kark. Don't matter if they can score from halfway across the court, apparently. Gonna be a free throw. Yeah. Oh, Williams, come on. Seven points in it. Come on, Villa. Go on. There you go. Okay, so this is a setup that seems to be working, although Ra's getting knackered, so if we change him for Alf, how that works. We have pulled it back a little bit. It's not as terrible as it was. Not amazing, but it's not as terrible as it was. 7 points is doable. We just got to keep it up. And hope that they keep missing those. 5 points in it, but it's very much when they've got the ball, they literally just run rampant, and Villa keeps missing, which isn't ideal. Second half, we are behind by quite a way. We're gonna put out of field back on. I'm going to keep Stevens and Villa there because they seem to be doing really well. Not that it matters, we're 10 points behind again. Now we're just trading shots. Right? We're just trading shots. Which isn't helpful. I don't think we're pulling this back. See, it keeps giving me touches of hope, and then out of nowhere they'll score a three-pointer again and just increasing that lead even more. Nine points difference is so hard to get back. And it's like, it doesn't matter how good we play. If they keep scoring from outside, there's no way we can get this back. And then Villa just travels, because of course he does. The ball, why not? The ball, it's fine. Come on. They've got such a good play there, and yet it doesn't matter. Outfield's almost... Oh, come on. Outfield needs taken off before he's forced off. Come on, Cock. In you come. I like how they haven't scored anything for ages, and then the second we do, they do. Like, it feels off with the way that the game sort of works it out. You know what I mean? It feels like it's constantly moving the goalposts. Okay, last quarter. Last quarter. Let's take Villa out for Brandon. Take Williams out for Bra. And then let's see how we go with that. Oh look, it's the fourth quarter and they're already scoring loads and we can't score anything. Of course it is. Every time. Every single time. I've yeah, nah, this is silly, look. Like, it genuinely doesn't matter what I do. The game has decided I'm going to lose, and that's what's going to happen. Got 4 minutes to score 19 points. I don't see it. I don't see it. Because again, whilst yes, we were like 10 points behind, fourth quarter's come in and they've pulled in front even further. Right? Like they're 20 points in front. Stevens just committed his 5th foul. Wonderful. Alright, Villa will become... And we'll take Alpha out as well for Red. The last 30 seconds. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Look at that, we're dead last again. Woo! Dead last. Fans' disappointment. Shock horror. We're against Glasgow in 6 days. Ra's injured himself for 2 days. That's fine. He'll be back. Good enough for the team. I'd appreciate the club to try to set me up with a loan. Ignore. Sorry. I need you here. I don't have enough people to not have you on. Okay. Against Glasgow again. Now, we won Glasgow last time we played them, but it was a friendly. So it will be interesting to see how they do this time. Since they've won the last 2 games, we have lost the last 2. I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful at all. Cool, good start. Took us 3 shots to get 2 points. But then 1. Anybody getting some deja vu? Four 2 though. These are the games that make me the most nervous though, right? These are the ones that make me the most nervous where we're like sort of in front, but only by a little bit, because it's these ones that screw you over when it comes to 4th quarter. So far so good. We're 10-4. Like we've got a good history with Glasgow. As long as it stays like this, we'll be fine. 12-4. Again, I haven't done anything. I haven't changed anything from the last game. And that makes me feel like it confirms what I'm saying, right? It confirms what I'm saying, because this much of a goal difference when I haven't changed anything tells me that the game is pre-decided, right? And if that's the case, it's not a management sim, it's just a watching sim. So Luke could probably not do that and be great. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like I could probably sit here and not change anything all game, and the outcome would be exactly the same. Brandon can't shoot from free shows. Froze, got it. (22-16), it's not bad. Good lead. I don't know how long we'll have it for, but it's a good lead. What a shot right out of nowhere. Right, we're going to take Brandon out for Villa. We're going to take Outfield out for Kark. I'm going to keep the rest of them as is. Keep an eye on their energy levels. Second quarter. Can we get that lead back? Can that be a thing? No. Can we get the ball in the basket? How many shots do you need? Come on. Nope. Apparently not. Not allowed that. Maybe I was destined to lose. No, we're 1 in front again. Told you, quarter 4. That's the one you got to watch for. Quarter 4 is the one you got to watch for. Come on, we're 1 point behind. We've got to get a lead here. There you go. So again, 1 point in it, guys. Just one. I hate these close ones so much. So very much. Nice. Okay, so we're still in front. We're still in front. Barely. Well, 1 whole point. Ra looks like he could probably go with being changed out, to be fair. Put Red in. Since Red feels like he's not good enough to play for the team, let's put him in and see if we can't change his feelings about that. Good man, Villa. Four seconds left. Okay. So we're 3 points in front. We are 3 points in front. We've got Red in there. We'll keep Williams there. Clark's doing all right. Villa and Stevens obviously work really well together. Okay. This is where it gets a bit dicey. Let's see what happens. That's better. I'm still expecting fourth quarter to come around and Glasgow just to win by like 20 points again. And I wish I wasn't waiting for that. And I shouldn't be waiting for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, playing a game like this, I should be pretty confident that what I've done is enough. And I should be able to keep an eye on everything and be like, yeah, no, I can win this. Well, this is going to be tight, but it's going to be 1 or 2 points in it. And I'm not. I'm just waiting for the moment where, out of nowhere, they call a timeout, we go into the fourth quarter, and the team just railroad us. That's what I'm waiting for. And I hate that I'm waiting for that. Right, they're in front again. It's a close game. Oh, Red! Come on, bro. Gave you a chance to try and make you feel like you were good enough for the team. Stevens. Like I didn't have to wait for the fourth quarter. Four points in it. Williams might be a little bit tired. We might have to change him out. Just out of nowhere, yeah? They've not been able to score all day. All game, they've been struggling to score those points, and out of nowhere, they just start scoring them, yeah? Cool. 1 point in it again. We got that. I don't know how, but we did. Right. Take Red out and put Elf back in, yeah? Just put Elf in there. We'll take Villa out and we'll put Brandon in. And we'll take you out and put Atterfield in. Right, let's see how we do. We'll put basically the original team back in. Williams has played all game. See how this goes. Still close. Game could be proving me wrong. I think we're going to lose, but game could be proving me wrong right now. Oh, no, there it is. There it goes. Of course. Of course. Yeah, just scoring them 3-pointers. Out of nowhere, just getting them in with no dramas. Yep, cool. Raw on for Williams. Fourth quarter, and this is where they start doing all of the nonsense with the 3-pointers. Look! You can't convince me that it's not rigged at this point. I hate how close this is. Give me a chance. Stevens is knackered. Let's put Villa on. Stevens having another cracking game, but yeah. Oh, do give other. This is a really, really close game, and I really, really don't like it. Well, we got it. I'm waiting for it. I'm just sat waiting. I'm waiting for them to come out of nowhere and take this with a minute left. This is not ideal. I'm gonna change out of field for hot wool. Probably gonna regret it, but we're gonna go. Oh no, not with a second left. No! Oh my god! This game. I think that's where I'm going to call it. I have never played a game where I try so many different things and it just keeps being the same result over and over again. It feels like a random number generator decides which side's going to win before and which is going to like lose, and no matter what you do, nothing is going to change that outcome. And that's really sad because this game has got so much potential, and it feels like at its core that this is a problem. Like there's very limited things you can do. Very, very limited things you can do in order to make your team better in terms of money and changes you can make. Things like the fact that the tactics change whenever you load out means that if you forget something and you do it the wrong way, you're screwed over. The fact that, like, you know, your finances are so harsh from the get-go. There's nothing you can do to sway your management. There's nothing you can do to sway your fans outside of random events that happen. There's just nothing. There really is nothing. Like, I don't know why, after losing the first 2 or 3 runs now of the game, why my directors have suddenly gained 2% sort of faith in me, right? If they want me to win the competition, which is an obscene thing to ask your team when they've just lost and come final thing, to be at 0%, not get fired and start with a fresh team or whatever, or have to look for another job, and then to lose and at that point gain satisfaction. Like, there's just things that don't add up. The math isn't mathing. I've got some really solid players this season because I spent my money wisely. I've got a really coherent team. They are playing really well, and yet the game keeps dictating that I lose. And that is frustrating because I can't pinpoint when I win why I'm winning. And I'm not enjoying this anymore. And as a result, this will be the last episode that I play of this until next year when I look at the new game. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next First Impressions video.